What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Not Dumb Money. In today's video, I will talk about Apple's most recent earnings. These are Apple's earnings for this past quarter, which happens to be their fourth fiscal quarter. I'll give you the update and the main highlights from that, and I will also tell you what my target price is for Apple. But first, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Just do it. It'd be the best thing ever if we can hit 1,000 subscribers this month. That would be insane. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you. So, for the quarter, Apple recorded $64.7 billion in revenue. That's 8% higher than the previous quarter and a 1% increase year on year. They beat revenue estimates by about $900 million. In fact, Apple's revenue this past quarter is an all-time record for a September quarter. This is despite the delayed launch of the iPhone 12. We usually see 10 days or 2 weeks of new iPhone sales in September, but not this year. All right, let's break down this revenue. First up is the iPhone. iPhone revenue is understandably down. iPhone revenue is $26.4 billion, down from $29.3 billion during the same quarter last year, and below the estimate of $27.5 billion. Year-on-year iPhone sales are down 21%. How important are iPhone sales to Apple? Well, they were 41% of Apple's total revenue last quarter. During the earnings, Apple's CFO said that iPhone demand was growing at double digits until mid-September, before dropping at the end of the quarter. If you ask me though, I think the iPhone 12, which comes with 5G, will drive the most significant upgrade cycles we've seen in years. Alright, moving on to the Mac. Mac sales hit an all-time high of $9 billion. That's more than $1 billion higher than the previous record. It's also 28% higher than last quarter and 29% higher year on year. Mac sales crushed estimates, which were at just $1.1 billion. Apple CFO said that Apple saw an amazing response to the new MacBook Air and Pro models, that sales were strong in every region. Next up is the iPad. Revenue from the iPad was $6.8 billion, and that's up 46% on an annual basis. Wearables generated $7.9 billion in revenue, up 22% from last quarter and 21% from last year. This category includes AirPods, Beats headphones, and the Apple Watch. It'll also include Apple's home speakers like the HomePod Mini and the new MagSafe accessories we saw alongside the iPhone 12. Finally, Apple Services segments had revenue of $14.6 billion, and that's an all-time record for any quarter and represents growth of 16%. Services include the App Store, iCloud, Apple Music, Apple Pay, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, and Apple News Plus. Moving down on the income statement, gross margin was up slightly to 38.2% for the quarter. It was 38% last quarter and a year ago. Operating margin was 22.8%. Now that's a little higher than the 21.9% from last quarter, but lower than the 24.4% from last year. Okay, so for its full fiscal year, Apple recorded $275 billion in revenue. That is 6% higher than last year and is a new all-time record. Earnings per share for the year grew 10% to $3.26, which is also a new all-time record. We unfortunately didn't get guidance for this quarter we're in now. We're already a little over a month into it, and Apple started shipping the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 Pro. The iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone 12 Pro Max will follow. Apple's balance sheet, still very solid, and we all knew that. They now have $191.8 billion in cash and $112.4 billion in debt. They generated $80.7 billion in cash flow from operations. And we already know from earlier this year that Apple committed an additional $50 billion to share buybacks. It also increased dividends by 6.5%. So, what is my target price for Apple? I think it could hit $150 within a year. I use both a discounted cash flow model and a fundamental valuation model. I might do a valuation deep dive in another video, but for now, $150 is my price target. And based on Apple's closing price at the end of October, that's stock price growth of about 38%. I should say that my price target is a little higher than some analysts out there. Raymond James has a price target of $140, D.A. Davidson's target price is $132, Merrill Lynch has a $135 target. That's the same as Jefferies, but Atlantic Equities and JP Morgan both have the same price target I have of $150. And we're done. I hope you found this useful, and thank you so much for watching. What are your thoughts on Apple? What do you think of these latest earnings? Do you own Apple stock? What is your price target? Hey, please let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe, because your support is everything. As always, it's been a pleasure. Much love. Peace.